Hello, New Bedford Public Schools community. I hope that everyone is doing well. You're enjoying the summer weather by practicing appropriate distancing and wearing your masks. In this message, I will share a few reminders as well as an update on our schools reopening this fall. Some reminders: student registration is happening now, but we are operating by appointment only. Families can pre-register online, or you can call our family helpline at 508-997-4515 for assistance. Once you've submitted all your necessary documentation, the Family Registration Center will contact you to set up an appointment. We are conducting kindergarten screenings at multiple locations to help ease the process. So again, you can also visit the New Bedford Public Schools website to see the online enrollment forms, which are available in 4 different languages. Parents, while summer vacation is in full swing, all students have academic opportunities through our summer learning website, including access to math lessons and games until the end of July. Again, please visit newbedfordschools.org for more information. Also, parents, if you need internet access at home or a device for your child, please contact the Family Support Line. Remember, each New Bedford Public Schools student can use a device. It's not limited to 1 per family, it's 1 per student. So please call if you need one. In my last video message and in my detailed letter to parents, which was emailed, posted on our New Bedford Public Schools website, and shared on social media, I shared several details about our fall reopening plan. Here are a few key updates. So first, aligned with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education for Massachusetts, we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to be informed about what we will be doing this coming fall. So we have 3 formats. 1, being ready for all staff and students to engage in the teaching and learning process in school buildings. 2, an all-distance format in which we will continue what we were doing this past spring, but it will be upgraded. And 3, a hybrid format, which is a combination of in-person and remote distance learning. So again, just a reminder that based on months of collaboration with the Department of Education, including members of the State Return to School Working Group, infectious disease physicians, pediatricians, and other public health experts, in addition to discussions and feedback from many of our stakeholders, including parents, students, staff, and community members, our objective remains at starting the school year with as many of our students as possible safely in our school buildings, on site for classes. The initial Department of Education guidance outlined recommendations and requirements for school opening this fall. A more structured process than from the spring will be implemented. Our goal, again, is to provide a safe school environment that best meets the students' needs both academically and socio-emotionally, and supports for all of our staff to engage in person in the teaching and learning process, while again maintaining safety. I shared before that for several weeks our New Bedford Public Schools team has been collaborating to create plans to address the following scenarios. Although our final plans must be reviewed by the Department of Education by July 30th, I will provide some details. Again, our on-site format will have all students and staff in school buildings. Full return with modifications and some restrictions with students in schools on a daily basis. We will be reaching out to families with students who have documented medical or other special needs and or have an IEP. That'll take place in the coming days. Number 2 is our hybrid format. So this is a combination of on-campus and distance learning. These formats is a very good mix between the face-to-face instruction and the at-home distance learning program. Now, it'll look similar to what we did in the spring, but again, as I said, it may look different for grades pre-K to 5, grades 6 to 8, and for high school grades 9 through 12, depending on the situation. It will closely follow, as I said, but it will be more concrete requirements around the remote attendance and assignments than we had this past spring. So the third format, an all-distance learning format, would be based on the trajectory of the virus and only if there's a statewide school closure. Students and staff would continue in an improved distance remote learning environment. There would be real-time online classes, concrete grading, and attendance structures. All students would be required in some way to engage online every day. I appreciate the parent input from over 4,000 surveys that were completed. This feedback has been vital to our ongoing planning. The surveys highlighted that overwhelmingly parents want students back in school buildings to benefit from the total educational experience, which includes social interaction. Responses prioritize having the appropriate distancing between individuals and a detailed training for staff and students on the CDC health guidelines. Most of you prioritized enforcing the wearing of masks with the appropriate breaks and ensuring that buildings and items are cleaned and disinfected regularly. I will continue to prioritize parent feedback from both parent surveys and including other information that we have received during this time. As you know, our direction is based on the current medical research that supports a safe in-person return to school, with preventative measures in place as it relates to what is occurring in Massachusetts. Among these preventative measures are face coverings, specifically masks, physical distancing, hand washing, and cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched surfaces, in addition to more frequently scheduled bathroom cleanings. Aligned with the Department of Education's requirements, masks and face coverings will be required for all students in grades 2 and above, and for all adults. Now, this is with appropriate breaks, and we'll be working to make sure that students aren't sitting in one space with masks on for the duration of time. So there's a lot of things that we will implement with that process. Schools will work to maximize appropriate physical distance at least 3 feet, with our focus to maintain a distance of 6 feet, based on all of the preventative measures and the guidance that we've received. So based on the current medical situation and the trajectory of the disease in Massachusetts, the expectation remains today that students will return in person on site for instruction in September. However, we understand that can change based on how the medical situation develops. So based on thorough review of medical literature, we believe that when we follow the critical health requirements, we can safely return in person to schools this fall with plans in place to protect all members of our educational community. So again, I know that every concern or topic has not been addressed yet, but please know that we continue to work with several agencies and collaborate with other school districts locally across the country and in other locations across the world. Our focus is to make sure that we ensure that every detail is covered. And as we know, this is an ongoing process. And as we receive more updates from the Department of Education from Massachusetts, which we actually receive multiple times per week, we have a focus on the well-being of all of our students and staff. That is paramount. We are in this ongoing process of assessing classrooms to implement the health and safety measures as outlined. So please continue visiting our district site, newbedfordschools.org, and social media to stay updated, or call our family support line at 508-997-4515 if you have any questions. Your understanding has been definitely appreciated as you partner during these challenging times. So again, thank you for your continued support of New Bedford Public Schools. Please stay safe and think of others. Thank you.